Hi guys. So I was gonna record something different today, but there's been stuff going on that I need to talk about and how it's been affecting me on an emotional and mental level. It seems more and often these days there are people going out of their way to ruin the lives of other people by revealing some mistake they made in the past and blowing out proportions, made it sound worse than it actually is. There's a particular YouTuber coming under attack recently who is mother of 3 beautiful kids, and while I won't say her name here, I think you know who she is. Did she make some wrong choices earlier in her career with her alter ego? Yes, maybe she did. But did she do what they've been claiming? I have a hard time believing that. And this stems from the fact that I know words can hurt. Now, we've all heard the expression, 6 stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That is a lie. Words can hurt. And I have more experience than I would ever like to admit. But I will describe an incident in my life where words hurt a lot. This is back when I was 17 and in high school. Sorry. Just recalling these memories because they hard on me. But you need to understand how words can harm others. So, when my junior year first started, it wasn't all that bad. It's the usual first semester jitters that you can sometimes get. They had a pretty good summer, busy with summer marching band and all. But so things happen. So before I go deeper, some contents through elementary school, did a stint during middle school, as in probably have middle schools, not junior highs. And at least during my freshman year of high school, I had to deal with bullies. And sometimes it got real bad, especially back in elementary school. From 2nd grade, essentially up to 6th grade. But I had managed to, by the time of high school, make it so I could still get the bullies back off. I stopped reacting as much, and things were working out. That changed during that first semester of junior year. So, in additional contents, I did not know I had a disability. Parents had not told me, and at this time, we didn't even know it was autism. It was some sort of, didn't even know it was autism. I wouldn't figure that out till my 20s when I decided to get retested. But that's the story for that time. So, first semester, new school year. Figuring out where getting to the classes, getting the syllabus. I know who your classmates are, getting to know the teacher. And I had a health class, and my health teacher, he was also the head football coach. And several things I discovered. One, he would put a bunch of notes on the board, really cram them in, making it, and so trying to write them all down. It's a struggle. being more focused on making sure any football players that were in the class were gonna pass. And the quizzes and tests were all oral. He would read out the question that we would have to write down, plus the answer. It was a struggle. That should have been the first sign that I had a disability that I had not known about, but I was just trying to survive. And then something else, and it was still, I did band over years, and I was confused when I was put in last chair for the clarinet section, which was odd since I had done well, like I had done sophomore year, but band teacher decided to put me in last chair. So that was a tad stressful. Plus one of my friends, Kim, wasn't in class that year since there's a other class she needed to take, so she had to drop band just for the 1 year. But not having her around wasn't the same since I only got to see her at lunchtime. And then my friends weren't drifting away, we just had a lot going on that year. One was having AP classes, and then the thing that really made my life tough that first semester happened at the school store. It was a line thing, so it wasn't really store, but I was trying to decide if there was something I wanted to buy. There's this guy behind me, there's a year behind me at school, chatting a bit. I considered a ring pop, then decided, nah, put it back. And he asked me if I was trying to steal that candy. I'm like, no, I just decided I didn't want it. So that's why I put it back. He thought otherwise. And started on this whole business. Decided he was going to tease me about, okay, I may have gotten a tad defensive, but, lunchtime was for a certain period of time, so didn't want to waste my time in the school store. But he got this thought in his head. He was convinced I had tried to steal the candy, which was not true. And from that point forward, he would bully me, claiming I had tried to steal candy, spreading this lie. And even got one of my classmates in my health class, who was a football player, onto his bandwagon. They were bullying me. They were harassing me. And it was a struggle. They figured out when I would be in the band room, which is in what we call the music wing. And they would wait by the doors to try and keep me from going in there because they knew I'd be safe there. It was hard. And I should have told my parents sooner, but they were so focused on trying to get my dad a new job that it's like I couldn't talk to them, and it got bad. Especially in the health class. Before class, the football player, he would hiss those words at me. You tried to candy. He would not stop until the bell rang for the start class, or the coach would come in, who kept doing all of these. And I tried to get for that class as I could, but it was a struggle. Especially when he skipped the section about asthma, which I have, which one of my sisters has, because he said it wasn't real, and that stung. Asthma is a real thing. And when my birthday came around, it felt like nobody cared. Like, it was just invisible. So that semester was hard. And I had seminary. This is a church thing. It's, LDS. And kid who has started this lie. He would sneak into the classroom before class, sit behind me, and whisper those words to me over and over again. And I did my best to ignore him. Only when the bell rang for the start class, he would leave. And we were going over our Old Testament at the time. So, it was a struggle. And I reached a low point where I felt like no one needed me. No one in the world needed me. And I actually thought and visualized how I would just end it, but didn't because it scared me. I scared myself out doing it, but I was that close. I thought it, I felt it, and I visualized how I would have done it had I actually gone through with it. But I didn't. But it was a struggle. I ended up failing my health class. And it made clear to my parents and the guidance counselor that I was not going to have that coach as my teacher again. I could not go through that nightmare again. If I had to, during the summer, go to a different school to retake health, I would do it. But as luck would have it, the school developed what we call a resource class version of it. That would be a smaller classroom. It's what we call special education or IEP these days. So during the summer I was able to do that, but that semester was hard. And I actually tried going back to school after Christmas break was over for a second semester. But because I finally communicated with my parents what was going on, they were finally able to help me. So what happened was the music wing had actually 2 ways to get in. And because my dad would drive me to school, he would drop me off at the opposite door. And so that meant I could get in for one of the other classrooms, which was for choir orchestra, and come from there to go for a short hallway that had practice rooms to get into the band room without disrupting the first period class, which was jazz band. And so I was able to dodge the bullies. And one of the times that I was successful in doing that, they went to one of the doors, as the doors had windows, and so they could peer in. So I'm sitting in the back, waiting for first period to end, so I could get things set up, get ready for a symphonic band, which was second period for me. And they made these faces. They were trying to lure me out. I wasn't having it. To this day, I saw the choir director come up behind them, tap them on their shoulders, and escort them away. Now, they never showed up in the music wing to bully me, but for safety reasons, I still have my dad drop me off at the opposite end, just in case they tried again. But they didn't. And actually, the football player, he had to stop. He actually stopped bullying me, because I think he was told that if he persisted in doing these sort of things, be somewhere where he was not supposed to be, he'd be kicked off the football team. And that could also affect him as a student. So he stopped. The other boy, he still tried. And they said had seminary. So there were certain times when all the seminary classes in a certain period we get to go for what we call testimony meeting. They said this is a church thing, where we could take turns going up to the front where the microphone would be set up to bear testimonies. And so I chose to do that. I made sure he was there. I memorized one of the 10 Commandments that we had gone over first semester. Went up to the microphone. I was nervous, admittedly. Plus, the microphone kept squawking at other students, so I'm worried to say he's gonna attack me, which got some laughs. I better wait to start off the joke. And I bore my testimony. And voiced stuff about how I'm having a bit of a rough time, especially because a lie kept being told about me. A lie that was not true. And it brought to mind the commandment, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. I didn't get emotional like I am now. And after I finished my testimony, I did have to leave the room to get cleaned up in the restroom. The girls I knew who were due to graduate at the end of that year praised me and gave me hugs, which I really needed. But point is, words can do harm. If you don't believe me, that's your choice. But they can hurt. And this YouTuber is becoming under attack for things that she may have done. I have doubts that she did. Is feeling the sort of pain that I felt during the time that I was being bullied. The story, on my part, does have a happy ending. He stopped by pointing out about how bearing false witness against thy neighbor is breaking one of the commandments. He stopped. And at the end of the school year, when we get the yearbooks, get the sign, he came up to me, he took my yearbook and wrote an apology. He apologized. And every now and then I will take it out and read it to remind me that people can change. They can seek to repent. And take responsibility for their actions and do their best to not repeat them. He apologized. And after that, when we saw each other in the halls, he would say hi. And my life was less stressful as a result. But it was hard. So, before you jump on any bandwagons about, or toxic bandwagons, like, the person did this and this, let's throw hate at them, let's ruin their careers, it's just make them blow out proportions that they are something they're not. Don't. Just don't. No. Sorry for all the... I'm not sorry for what I've been saying, but think before you do anything. Do research. Check the actual facts. Don't assume everything you hear online is true. Seek it through. Bye for now.